Hello and welcome to Our Year with the Ears, our daily vlog where we relive our year living in the Walt Disney World resorts in 2019. Today is day 43.
This morning we woke up nice and rested. We both slept very well because we had a very stressful last couple of days. And we were finally able to just relax and rest and truly go to sleep and just forget all of that. Thankfully, everything ended well, thanks to all the cast members who were so amazing during all of that. But we also were excited because we're at contemporary club level, which means we have food. So we got ready for the morning and headed down to the lounge so that we could get some breakfast. And the breakfast there was a lot of easy to grab items that you could take with you. They had things like pastries, yogurt, fruit, meats and cheeses, lots of easy stuff that you can put on your plate. And of course, Robert got coffee.
Yes, I did, because they also had, like the other club lounges we've been to, an espresso machine, and they had the syrups and they had the frothed milk. So I was able to put together my perfect formula there for my productivity juice. And today I'm going to need a lot of it because it is a work day today. I've got a lot of work I need to get done. And I thought, what a perfect setup. I can get my productivity juice. I can go down to the room and I can work. I don't want to stay here in the lounge because it's a really open concept and it's also very small as far as the number of seats. So it's very open, lots of people moving around. It's kind of distracting when I'm trying to work. And there's very few seats on top of that, so I don't want to take a table from someone who might need it with the food. So I thought, I'll go work in the room, I'll come back down here and get snacks and more productivity juice as I need it, and I'll keep working in there. So I headed back to the room, got settled in on the balcony overlooking Bay Lake, ready to work, and the internet didn't work. It wasn't just slow, it didn't work at all. We were connected to the Wi-Fi, and no internet connection. So then I connected her computer. And no internet connection. Tried our phones. No. Okay, there's something clearly wrong with the router in our room. And a lot of times the answer, have you turned it off and turned it back on again? Yes, I did. I found the plug. I unplugged it, waited 10 seconds, plugged it back in. Still nothing. So I thought, okay, it's time to get the professionals involved, have the IT guy log in, reboot the router, reconnect, whatever he needs to do. Maybe it's something in this side of the building. Who knows what it is? So I told Alyssa to go down to the concierge, talk to them, ask them if they could get IT on the phone, maybe get them to reset the router for us. In the meantime, I thought I'll go to the club level lounge and I'll work there just for now. I don't want to take the table all day, but I'll work there for now until they get the internet back up in our room, and then I'll head back down there to keep working.
So I headed to the desk to see if there was anything they could do, and they did give me the phone number to call IT just to let them know what room number we had and what was going on. So I headed back to the room, did call them, and turns out they did give me the wrong phone number. They gave me the one for cast members. So it was kind of funny because he goes, "Where do you work again?" I'm like, "I don't work for Disney. I'm working at Disney." And he's like, I'm supposed to only have cast members. You have to get a different phone number. I'm like, "Oh, okay, my bad." So I went back down. They said, "I'm sorry, that's the only phone number we have." So they were going to have to call them and let them know something's wrong. And that's when I heard from Robert that he was still not able to get work done.
Yeah, even in the club level lounge, the internet wasn't working. And I was very frustrated by that. And I wasn't the only one. There were two other guys there trying to do the same thing, trying to connect and work. I'm assuming they went through a very similar ordeal, trying to work in the room and then coming down the lounge. So not really sure what was going on if the internet didn't work, but I went ahead and got my hotspot out and tried to use that. It was working okay, but for whatever reason, it just wasn't really doing it very well that day. It wasn't connecting very well.
We're pretty high up, though. I mean,
I think that might have something to do with it. I'm not sure. It could be the way the building, who knows? But it just wasn't working great. So we went back to the desk and said, "Look, I gotta work. I gotta have somewhere to work. Where can I go that I can just sit and work and have decent Wi-Fi connection?" So the concierge told us that, well, you can go down to the second floor where all the ballrooms, the convention spaces, all of that. There's couches down there. There's places you can sit. Just go sit down there and work on those couches, and you should have decent Wi-Fi there because it's the convention Wi-Fi, and it should be all set.
Now, since we were going that far down and that far away from club level, we had to stock up on some snacks because, I mean, we're club level. We have all these snacks. So we made sure to grab some stuff on the way down. We grabbed plenty of drinks and some snacks for while we were working because there's nothing better than just having that food on hand. Just while you're getting work done, you just snack and snack and snack.
I mean, that's part of club level. Like eating nonstop. That's part of the perks of club level, right?
Because we were going to be 10 floors down. We didn't want to have to go back and forth and back and forth. So we stocked up and headed down there, and thankfully the couches were quite comfortable that we sat on. So we sat on the couches down there, logged on, and sure enough, Wi-Fi was fantastic because, again, it's the conferences. They have to make sure they have really good Wi-Fi down there. So we just sat down there for several hours and just got a bunch of work done.
So after working for several hours down there, we decided to take a break and walk around and look at the 4th floor where they had all the shops there, because Valentine's Day is coming up in just a couple days. We thought it'd be good to look around and see what are they doing for Valentine's. Do they have any special treats or maybe some special merchandise? And sure enough, outside of the main gift shop at the Contemporary there, they had a huge table set up with all kinds of Valentine's Day merchandise. If you needed a last minute Valentine's Day gift, they had you covered.
Disney is there for you. In case you forgot Valentine's is coming, they've got everything you could possibly need.
So we walked around looking at the stuff there. We walked down to Contempo Cafe to see if they had a Valentine's treat, which they didn't yet, but they're supposed to be coming out with one tomorrow. So we're gonna see what comes out tomorrow. And from there, we headed back upstairs to the club level lounge because it's getting really close to the time for the dinner, hors d'oeuvres, appetizers, whatever you wanna call them. That's coming up, and we want to make sure we get some food there, and we also want to put our computers back in the room before we headed down to the lounge. So when we get down there for food, there was a wide variety of food available in the club level lounge tonight. They had a soup du jour.
And hot hors d'oeuvres.
And hot yes, they only lived to serve in club level.
We didn't get to try the gray stuff, but we heard it was delicious.
They had gray stuff?
No.
Oh.
That's why we didn't get to try it.
Oh. Did the dishes eat it all? Is that what I have to ask the dishes? I don't know. We are way off track. That's okay. So they had the different hors d'oeuvres there. They also had a main plate, which was salmon with Brussels sprouts, and I was
That was so good.
super impressed with the salmon. I was not expecting to want more of it. Now, the salmon at Yacht Club was pretty good with the lentils. I had a little bit of yours, but I preferred the chicken nuggets on that night. This time, I preferred the salmon over the chicken nuggets. And yes, they had chicken nuggets. I chose to not get the chicken nuggets and instead got the salmon, so you know it was good because I would much prefer chicken nuggets most of the time. And then, of course, they also had the PB&J sandwiches that you can make yourself. Again, not doing that. I'm just going to enjoy the food that's already made for me.
And after that very, very filling but very delicious meal, we went back to our room hoping that the internet would be fixed. It still wasn't working, so we decided to work on some stuff that didn't require any internet, like editing pictures. So we worked on that for a bit until it was time for fireworks. And again, of course, we have to watch the fireworks from club level balcony because it's so cool. It's such a special, unique thing. So we went over there, went back to the lounge and waited, and of course got to watch the fireworks. Robert took pictures again.
I did. And I also did a lot of little boomerangs and videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, so we just enjoyed being out there, not having a lot of people near us. And of course, just like last night, when the fireworks were finished, we turned around and it's time for dessert. And they ended up having a dessert that I loved. So it was a Rocky Road brownie, basically. So it was a brownie with mousse on top and, of course, some marshmallows and some almonds. It was so good. I had quite a few of them.
Very good brownie. I'm a big fan of Rocky Road fudge. Very similar to that, except for obviously the brownie base instead of the fudge. But those marshmallows that are just toasted a little bit, and oh my goodness, yeah, those were really, really good.
They also had cookies, but they did not have the grown-up cookies tonight.
Yeah, what's up with that?
They did, however, have a chocolate cookie that was really good.
But it wasn't quite the same as the grown-up chocolate chip cookies.
It wasn't, but it was a nice substitute. It wasn't quite to that level, it was a good substitute since they didn't have it.
Sure.
They also had these really pretty little eclairs. Robert loved them.
I ate
they were really
far
colorful.
too many of the eclairs. See, I have a weakness for cream puffs and eclairs. The problem with them is that number one, they're delicious, and number two, they really don't take up any space because this puff pastry with just the filling in it. So I could eat like an entire box of cream puffs or eclairs because they're really, really good.
Yeah, so that was kind of his treat that he enjoyed, and of course I liked the brownie. And they did have some little dessert shots and these really pretty moon pies. It kind of looked like that was supposed to be the kids' dessert, maybe, because they looked really pretty.
It probably was supposed to be.
But I don't know, they looked really pretty. I didn't get to try them, but I'm sure they tasted good.
I liked it. It wasn't the same as a moon pie. Like, I grew up in North Carolina eating moon pies, like in the package, it's the chocolate covered. It wasn't quite like that. I think the cookie was not as soft as a moon pie was. But it still tasted good. The filling was really nice too.
The chocolate desserts were what I went for, so I didn't have anything else.
But I gotta try a little bit of everything, just cause like you're there. You might as well try everything at least once. after dessert, we headed back to the room because we realized earlier today that from our balcony on the room there, we could actually see Spaceship Earth really well.
It was so cool.
We thought maybe we can see Illuminations from there as well. So we got back in time for the 9 o'clock showing of Illuminations. I set up my tripod out there on the balcony to try and take some pictures. And sure enough, we had a great view of Illuminations. Now, we didn't get the music because it's a little far away for the sound to carry. But we did get to see all the fireworks, which was pretty cool, even from that far away vantage point. Because even at Top of the World Lounge, you can kind of see Epcot if you walk to the edge of the building, but not really. And then over at California Grill, you can't see it at all. So it's a really unique vantage point with that lake view room there at Contemporary to be able to see the fireworks at Epcot. That was kind of cool. And then as soon as those were over, we had the water pageant down below us happening there on Bay Lake. So we just pointed the camera down and took pictures of the water pageant and enjoyed it. It's kind of awesome having that lake view room. Of course, you also have it on the theme park view side as well, but being able to watch the water pageant from your balcony is a great way to end the night and just a nice little touch whenever you're done with everything.
It was just a really special way to end the night, being able to see the fireworks from Epcot after watching the fireworks from Magic Kingdom and then getting to see the water pageant. Like, we got everything in one night in this one location. It was really awesome.
It was really awesome. And so we went ahead and started editing some more pictures because we had a little bit of time to kill. There was one other thing we needed to do tonight, and that was take some pictures and sit out on the balcony of the club level lounge and enjoy another fireworks show. Because tonight is the second night at Magic Kingdom of the DVC Moonlight Magic event that we went to just a few days ago. And we knew we loved the fireworks being there in the park, and we definitely wanted to see them again. So we went over at about 11:30 to the club level lounge there. Nobody else out there because no one else knew it was coming. And so we got to watch the DVC fireworks again. And it was once again a spectacular fireworks show. They didn't pump in the music for this one or anything like that, but it was an awesome show.
It was really cool. Almost a little eerie to be in the lounge with it kind of dark and no one around, but the fireworks were totally worth being there for. And it was really cool because you can only go to one of the Moonlight Magic events per park, so we couldn't go to this one, but we could still see the fireworks because of where we were. So we were just really spoiled tonight. We got to see 3 fireworks show, got to see the water pageant. Like, it was so amazing. It was perfect.
And at this point, I think we're both totally ready for bed. But again, that half marathon is looming. It's only a couple days away now, so we've got to go down and at least put a few miles in today to help try and condition for it. Again, we're not going to take the stairs. We're going to take the elevator because we're not crazy. 12 floors down, training for we're not training for that kind of half marathon.
Not training that hard.
No, we're not that hardcore. But head downstairs, go for a walk around that lap between Bay Lake Tower and Contemporary Garden Wing. There's a whole walking path there. I will say that path, after you've walked it 3, 4, 5 times, starts to get really repetitive and really monotonous.
It does.
But it's okay. We were enjoying the walk. We're enjoying the weather. Talking while we're out there as we're trying to condition ourselves a little bit for this crazy race that we signed up to do for whatever reason we decided to sign up. I don't know why we signed up. I really don't. But we're signed up, so we're going to finish. We're going to get the medal. We're going to complete this thing. One
of the really special things about walking really late, this was almost midnight at this point, around Disney is there's really no one around. Very peaceful, very quiet. And that doesn't happen often with people being everywhere all the time at Disney. And I love taking pictures of the pools at night. And we were over by Bay Lake Tower. They've got a beautiful pool with the Mickey head lit up. It's so awesome. The water is perfectly still. So of course I had to take a couple pictures because it's not often you get to see a Disney pool with no one in it.
That's very true.
It's pretty much full all the time, or at least has someone there. So I took a couple of pictures, and at this point we're very tired. We've had a very good day, a very wonderful day. And now we're ready for bed. So we made our way back over to Contemporary, and again, took the elevator upstairs, did not take the stairs because 12 floors is just a lot.
It is a lot. And that is going to be the end of our day today. So we will see you tomorrow
for our Year with the Ears.